we should be live now, I think. For some reason it's not giving me a playback. Can you see me? You can see me? Okay. It's telling me an error has occurred on the YouTube playback, but I can see myself in the streaming software, so we're gonna have to go with that. So, hello. Okay, stand way back here so you can see my face. Welcome to class today. All right. One more check. Is the sound good? Can you hear me good and clear from over here? Hopefully you can. Sound seems okay. Little tinny? I wonder if I should close and reopen this. That's very strange. Very strange. Maybe if I remove. Okay, one more sound test. How does this sound? Can you hear me good? Perfect. Okay, I closed some other things that were going on with OBS because I've been playing around in there trying to figure stuff out. All right, it is 6:59, so we're gonna get started in 1 minute. All right, awesome. I linked a playlist in the chat if you want to listen along with me. I'm gonna start mine from the top here. Wow, I wish I had 2 monitors right now. This is an unforeseen issue. All right, today we are going to be working on core and shoulders in a very drill and conditioning focused loose vinyasa. So, for class, if you have blocks, those are very helpful and very recommended. If you don't have them, you can totally do it without, but you can also use like a book or a water bottle or anything that you think would substitute a square like that. Perfect. All right, well, 7:01, so without wasting your time, we might as well get started right now. We're gonna begin lying on our backs today. And we'll take a few breaths to begin our practice. Lying in a nice, comfortable position. Taking a big breath in through the nose and letting it out through the mouth. We'll do 2 more like that. Big inhale and exhale. Once more, inhale and let it go. Use the next inhale to bring the knees in towards your chest. Hands can come on the shins, and we'll draw some circles here. And switching directions. Perfect. If you have your blocks nearby, grab it because we are jumping right into things today. by bringing our legs to a reverse tabletop position. So the knees are over the hips, and we're going to take our block. You can choose how hard you want to make this by choosing which side of the block you use. So I could use this very long side, and I'm going to have a lot less of a crunch to do than if I use this very skinny side. We're going to put the block on our thigh, on the right thigh, and then bring the left elbow up to attach to it. Hands can come softly behind the head, and we're going to squeeze here, squeezing the low back into the ground, waking up the core. This is such a still position, but so challenging. So the head, neck, and shoulders are off the ground, and we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, last 5, squeeze the block as hard as you can, last 3, last 2, and let it go. Place the block by your side, and we're going to roll over onto our right side. So my right shoulder's on the ground, and my right hand is going to wrap around my waist, holding onto the left side of my waist. The left hand is going to plant just by the right shoulder. My knees are in a bend here. They're stacked on top of each other. You could stagger them for a little more stability. But from here, we're going to press into the ground with the left hand. We're going to take an inhale and use the exhale to push your upper body off the ground. Your torso is kind of turned towards the mat here. Then we're going to lower back down and do it again. So take a breath in to prepare. And on your exhale, push up and slowly lower back down. And we're going to do a few more of these. We're actually going to do 8. So that was 3. You can play with your hand positioning too. You can bring it a little lower or try and find a good spot for you. Trying to lower yourself nice and slowly. I think that's 6, so we got 2 more. Last one. This time we'll lower all the way to the ground, roll back onto our backs, and we're going to do that on the other side. So legs come back up to reverse tabletop. Block goes onto the left thigh. Right elbow crunches up to hold that block in place, squeezes, and here we are. Trying to knit the ribs together, squeezing the low back into the mat. We'll hold here for 10. Maybe I won't count down. Maybe it'll make it easier if I just talk to you instead of counting down. Although talking in a crunch is very challenging. All right, last 5. Squeeze. Last 3. Last 2. And let that go. Place the block off to the side, and this time we're going to roll onto our left shoulder. Left arm wraps around the front of the waist. Right hand plants by the left shoulder, and we're going to take a breath in. And with the exhale, push yourself up and lower yourself back down. Once again, my knees are bent here. They're stacked on top of one another. You can stagger them for a little more stability, depending on how this drill feels in your body. All right, I think that's 5, so we're flying through this. Last 2. Last 1. All right, roll back onto your backs and bring the knees in towards the chest again. We're gonna bring the hands right into the knee pits and we're gonna rock and roll up the length of the spine. So here, our core is once again engaged. We're knitting the ribs together, we're tucking the tailbone to make a nice smooth roll. You don't wanna go clunk, clunk all the way down. We're gonna do a few of these. You can come up and have your toes tap on the ground, or you can try and come up to a boat. Feet, legs, shins parallel to the mat. You can do that with the hands behind, or if you really want to make this a challenge, you can do it hands free and try and land in your boat. Whichever path you choose, we're going to do 2 more. And then we're all going to come into our boat. All right. When you're up on the last one, hands can be, once again, behind the knees, sitting up nice and tall, holding our boat. You can go hands-free. You can try and straighten the legs. There's so many options in this pose. Wherever you are, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the feet to the ground. From here, we're going to open the legs up into a comfortable straddle, not the widest straddle. We're still just warming up here. I'm going to close this curtain because I feel like this glare is just so harsh. So we're in a nice, comfortable straddle. Hands are going to plant just in front of you, up on your fingertips, your spider fingers, and we're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder mobility here. So sitting up nice and tall, we're going to reach the right arm up, pinky leading, going behind you to tap the ground, and then reach it back up and over to tap the ground in front of you where it started. We're going to draw 5 of these big, giant half circles. Trying to keep the torso forward. So this is just coming from the shoulder. Do 1 more. And then we'll do the other side. So left arm goes back up and over, pinky leading, going back, and then back, forward. 4 more like that. All right. Oh man, I'm the worst at counting. Let's do 1 more. All right, once you finish off that one, bring the hands into the knee pits, pull the legs in, and we're going to windshield wiper them side to side. And then we'll tuck the legs off to one side and move ourselves towards tabletop position. So we're coming to all 4s, hands and knees. Knees are under hips, wrists are under shoulders. Arms are strong here. We're trying to rotate the elbow pits forward, working a nice strong external rotation. Here we'll use our inhale to reach the heart forward. And exhale to round the spine and contract. Just our cat-cows. Inhaling forward, exhaling to round. This should feel good after those little core work we did. Let's do 1 more. Inhale forward, exhale to round. Now, from here, push your butt back to sit on your heels. So like you're in a child's pose, but this time the legs are parallel instead of at an angle. With the hands forward, we're going to grip into the fingertips, pull yourself up towards your tabletop, and then with an exhale, bend the elbows, keeping them tucked into your sides, lower the body to the ground. Then press back up and push back to your child's pose. So inhale forward, exhale to lower. Stay here for an inhale. Exhale to push back up and back towards the parallel child's pose. So we're going to do a few more of those. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, push back. There we go. It's like a nice little flow in a modified push-up. Move through 2 or 3 more of these at your own pace. And then we'll meet in our tabletop. So I'm going into my last one right now. And then returning towards tabletop. Here we'll tuck the toes and sit back on the heels, coming up into our broken toe pose. Take a shoulder roll here, maybe a little neck roll. I know crunching is hard on my neck, so pick your poison here. And we'll just hang out here for a second, stretching through the feet. I love this broken toe pose. You can also take a chest expansion grip by interlacing the fingers behind your back, straightening through the arms, kind of opening the chest here. You've got options. We've got options. We're here for 10 more seconds. And then we'll meet in our down dog. Coming back towards tabletop, tucking the toes, and then exhaling to push the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Here we'll pedal out through the feet, maybe find some movement in the hips. Just take some time to wiggle around in this down dog before we settle into a moment of stillness. Just checking everything to make sure everything's good. Yeah, okay, perfect. Because I can't see the YouTube stream, so, but you can, and that's what counts. All right, let's settle into some stillness here. Trying to spiral the pits of the elbows forward, tuck your low ribs in, bend your knees as much as you need to lengthen the spine. It's much more important to have a long spine than to have your heels on the mat. So, from here, on your next inhale, come up on the toes and start to roll the spine forward towards your high plank, really protracting through the shoulders, pushing into the ground. And then once you get there, we're going to push back to downward facing dog. There's a few ways you can do that. You can just press right back up, keeping the legs fairly straight, or you can do a little hovering tabletop and slide. So bending into the knees, pushing back towards your hovering tabletop, and then re-extending the legs, pushing back to down dog. Whichever path you choose, we're going to do a few of these, inhaling as you roll forward and exhaling to push back to down dog. Let's do 3 more. Last 2 at your own pace. All right, and on your last one, we're going to meet in that plank pose. So, we're in plank. We're holding strong here. We are going to lift up the right hand, tap the left shoulder, trying to keep minimal disruption in the hips. You want them to stay still. Then we'll do the opposite, left hand to right shoulder, replanting the left hand. Then we're going to spin all the toes to face the right, reach the right arm up, side plank. Back to plank. Once again, we'll tap arm to hand to shoulder, opposite hand to shoulder, and then we're going to side plank to the other side. Turning the heels to the right, toes to the left, left arm reaches up. And switch. Tap, tap, side plank on the left. Tap, tap, side plank on the right. Let's do one more on each side, and hopefully you don't hate me already, because these are hard. Last one. Then we're going to come back to our plank and back to down dog. I'll give everyone a few seconds to get here. Meeting in down dog in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Using your next inhale, we're going to sweep the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And on the exhale, we're going to pull it forward, tap the right knee to the right tricep. Inhale to re-extend three-legged. And exhale, right knee taps left tricep. Inhale to re-extend. And exhale to step the right foot between your hands. We're not going to drop the back knee here. We're just going to dip the hip down, reach the heart forward for an inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to step this left foot up to meet the right. My feet are parallel in hip width distance, meeting in a forward fold here. Use your inhale to come up to a halfway lift, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, nice long spine. Hands can be on your blocks, they can be on your shins, on the mat, wherever's comfortable. And exhale to fold. Inhale to rise up to standing. And exhale the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers and press the arms straight. This is our chest expansion grip again. Take a breath in here. And on your exhale, hinge forward at the hips with your chest expansion grip, letting those arms fall away from you. Staying here for a breath in and out. Soften into the elbows to release that grip. Bringing the left hand to the mat. If the mat's not accessible, you can bring a block under your hand. However you get there. Left hand on the mat, left knee bends, right leg is straight, and use your exhale to reach the right arm up and find your twist. Staying here for a breath in and out. Use your inhale to switch sides, planting the right hand, bending the right knee, straightening the right leg, and exhale to reach the left arm up, finding your forward fold twist. And we'll lower that left hand back to the ground, plant the hands, and step the feet back to our plank pose. Once we're here, we'll shift forward and lower the knees to the mat. Then we'll bend the elbows, keeping them tucked into the sides, lower all the way to the ground, just like we did earlier. Then flipping onto the tops of the feet, engaging the glutes, keeping the elbows pulling into your sides. Gently pull the heart forward for our baby cobra. Exhale to let that back down. Press into the mat and inhale up to your tabletop position. Then tuck your toes and exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice. Now we've got a little fun stuff in our downward facing dog. We're going to lower the forearms to the ground for our dolphin pose. So hips are still up and back like your downward facing dog, but this is a bit more intense. If this is too intense, just stay in your downward facing dog, all is well. Hang out there. If you're in this dolphin pose, we're going to try some dolphin push-ups. So we're going to shift forward like you're trying to boop the ground between your thumbs with your nose, and then exhale, push back. So we're inhaling a little forward, exhaling to push back. Inhale forward, exhale, push back. We've got 2 more. These are really great for strengthening your shoulders. They're amazing. Once you finish off your last one, go ahead and lower the knees to the ground. Come back up on the hands for our tabletop position. From here, let's extend the right leg back and try and lift that foot off the ground. Not arching through the back here. We're trying to keep the core engaged. And we're going to reach the opposite arm, so our left arm forward. Holding in this position, take an inhale, and on the exhale, crunch in. So the left elbow is coming towards the right knee, and then re-extend. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, re-extend. 2 more. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Last one, crunch. This time, hold your extend, bend into this right knee, and try and reach back with your left hand to grab the inner arch of that foot. Your thumb is down. Once you grab that inner arch, kick into the hand to open up the shoulder. Nice. You're here for 5. You're here for 4. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. Bring that hand and that leg back to the ground. And we're going to do the other side. Nice and strong tabletop, reaching the left leg back, lifting it off the ground, and reaching the right arm forward. Take a breath in. Exhale to crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, crunch. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Last one. And last crunch. Remember, we're going to hold this extend, bend into the left knee, reach the right arm back to grab the inner arch of that foot. Thumb is down, and then kick into that foot. Nice. This feels so good on the arms after all those push-ups and whatnot. You're here for 5, 4, last 3, last 2, and 1. Let that go. Now we're going to do a puppy pose. So from our tabletop, walk the hands forward, keeping the butt up in the air, and try and bring your chest or chin to the ground. You can also bring your forehead to the ground. Nice big stretch here. We're going to hold here for a few breaths in our puppy pose. I'm just going to check out how everything's doing. Awesome. Wonderful. You're there for 2 more big breaths. Last inhale and last exhale. Use your hands to walk you back up to tabletop, tuck the toes, and exhale to push yourself back to downward facing dog. Once you're here, right away, we'll use our inhale to sweep the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, wait a minute. Sorry, we didn't do the other leg. Oh my God, I'm so confused. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Sorry about that. Exhale, left knee taps left tricep. Inhale the left leg back up. And exhale, left knee, right tricep. Inhale that back up once more. And exhale, step the left foot between your hands. Inhale the heart forward, dip the hip down, but we're keeping the right knee lifted. Take a breath in. And with your exhale, step that right foot up to meet the left in a forward fold. Inhale, find a nice long spine with your halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale to rise up to standing, arms sweep overhead. And exhale the arms behind your back. We're going to do our chest expansion grip again like we did on the other side. So hands interlace, arms straighten. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, letting the arms fall overhead. We're going to stay here for 1 breath in and out. Soften into the elbows to release the grip, bringing the left hand to the mat or a block. Left knee bends, right leg is straight, and we're going to reach the right arm up for our twist. And we'll switch sides, inhaling through center, planting the right hand, bending the right knee. Exhale the left arm up. I can't believe I almost made you guys do the right leg twice. All right, bring that left hand back to the mat, plant the hands, and step back to your plank pose. We moved through a modified chaturanga last time, so you can do that again and lower the knees. You can also push right back to downward facing dog, or we can move through a full chaturanga. So shifting forward, exhaling to bend the elbows to 90. Inhale, pull the heart through, come onto the tops of the feet, engage the glutes, upward facing dog. And exhale, pike the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here and out. Once again, we're going to lower our forearms to the mat, dolphin pose. We're going to do another set of these dolphin push-ups. I'm sorry. So, inhaling forward, trying to boop your nose between your thumbs, and then exhale, push back. Inhale forward. Exhale, push. Only 3 more, I promise. Inhale forward. Exhale, push. Last 2. Last 1. Nice. Pop back up onto your hands and make your way back to downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. And use your next inhale to lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, this time your right knee is going to trap your right tricep. Inhale to re-extend. And exhale, right knee taps left tricep. Inhale to re-extend. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. This time we're going to lower the back knee. Hip dips down, heart reaches forward, low lunge. You can bring blocks under your hands here for more support. And with our exhale, we're going to pull the hips back, straighten through the right leg, flex the foot for our half split. Inhale back forward to your low lunge. Tuck the left toes, and we're going to rise up to our high crescent. So the knee is going to lift off the ground, strong in this right leg. Sweep the arms up, high crescent. Staying here for a breath in. Exhale the arms behind your back, interlace the fingers and straighten the arms. Take an inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, we're going to humble this by leaning forward with the torso, letting the arms fall overhead. Staying here for 1 breath in. Exhale to gently release that grip by bending the elbows, planting the hands to the mat, and we're going to plant the left hand, but we're going to reach the right arm up for a twist. And replant that right hand. Step the right foot back to meet the left, and we're going to move through a chaturanga. Shifting forward, exhale, bend the elbows to 90, elbows tucked into the sides. Inhale, pull the heart through, upward facing. And exhale the hips up and back, a downward facing dog. 2 breaths here, and then we're going to do the left side. I'm going to grab a sip of water. All right, on your next inhale, let's lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left knee taps left tricep. Inhale, re-extend 3-legged. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. And inhale, re-extend. Exhale to step this left foot all the way between your hands, this time lowering the back knee, reaching the heart forward, low lunge. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, pull the hips back, straighten through the left leg, and flex the foot, half split. Blocks can come under your hands here. Inhale back forward to your low lunge. This time, tuck the toes to lift the knee off the ground. And inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. High crescent. Exhale the arms behind your back. Interlace the fingers, then straighten the arms. Chest expansion grip. Stay here for an inhale. Use your exhale to lean the torso forward, bringing these arms up overhead, letting them fall away. This is a hard pose. This is a lot of work on the left thigh. Holding here for one more breath in. And on the exhale, bend into the elbows to release that grip, planting the right hand on the ground, and we're going to reach the left arm up to the sky. Low lunge twist. And let's replant this left hand on the ground, step the left foot back, and we're going to move through a chaturanga. Shifting forward, exhaling to bend the elbows to 90. Inhale, pull the heart through, upward facing. And exhale the hips up and back to downward facing dog. 2 breaths to reset here. And then we're going to lower the knees back to the mat. Perfect. All right. Swing your legs off to one side, and we're going to come to a sit on our butts. We're going to go back to our boat pose. So the legs are out front, feet are planted on the ground. I'm going to bring my hands into the pits of my knees, lean back onto the sit bones, and try and lift the feet off the ground. Trying to roll the shoulders away from the ears. Trying to hold here. You can pick your poison. Your hands can stay here. You can remove the hands. You can try and extend the legs. Wherever you are, we're going to hold here. We're going to try and hold for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Last 5, last 4, last 3. My legs are shaking. 2, 1. That was a quick count because that was hard. All right, let's reach the legs out in front, arms out in front. We're going to do a nice Pilates style roll down. So we're going to start by tucking the tailbone, slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Once you get all the way down, reaching the arms up overhead with an inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to crunch back up. Take an inhale and roll back down. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale, crunch back up. And our last one. Roll down, and we're going to stay on our backs this time, promise. We are going to bring the legs straight up towards the sky. My feet are flexed here. You can have a slight bend in the knees if this is uncomfortable for you. But we are going to try and tap opposite hand to foot. So we're going to crunch up and try and tap the right hand, left foot. Lower back down, left hand, right foot. We're going to do about 30 seconds of this. So you can go at your own pace. These are hard, but this is our last push. You can do it. Last 10 seconds. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Bring those knees in towards your chest. Take them wide and show the bottoms of your feet to the sky. See if you can reach up to grab the outer edges of your feet or a pant leg or something that's on your lower leg. For our happy baby pose. Taking a moment to breathe here. You can rock side to side if that's comfortable. I think it feels really good on my low back. All right, nice. We're gonna release that grip on the hands, plant the feet on the ground, and knock the knees to the right for a twist. Taking a moment to breathe here. You're trying to keep both shoulders on the mat here as well. Let's inhale the legs back through center and exhale them over to the left. Inhale the legs back up to center. You can take any last stretch you want here, or you can extend your legs out long and get comfortable for a few moments in Shavasana. Trying to relax the jaw, the neck, everything after all that core and shoulder work that we did. Just take a few moments here for a few deep breaths before you head back off onto this lovely Monday. Such a beautiful layout today. Take one more big inhale and let that out through your mouth. And whenever you're ready, at your own pace, you can roll off to one side, use the opposite arm to press you up to a seat. And thank you for joining today. I hope you enjoyed this class. It was a little less vinyasa flowy and a little more drilly, but I really like mixing those drills into my practice to build strength. Oh, no. Jeans would definitely make this more challenging. Maybe jeggings. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming. So we do these twice a month, and this was our second one for the month, so we'll be back in a couple weeks. It was tough. I'm glad you enjoyed it though. I'm glad I whooped your butt. Or should I say I whooped your shoulders and I whooped your core. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And, I should probably tell you what else we have going on this week. If you are on Patreon for our founding members, this Wednesday we have our 420 Nirvana Slow Flow. Very festive. We're going to work a lot of balancing postures and obliques and hip flexors in a very fun, slow Nirvana vibe. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll see you there. I guess I should link this stuff in the little chat. That would probably be helpful. Oops. Oh my gosh, why is my computer running so slow? Yes, excellent question. you can drop in. Send me a message on Instagram or Facebook or on YouTube. I don't know how YouTube messaging works. I don't think I've ever sent a message over YouTube. But send me a message and you can drop in for a $5 to $10 sliding scale, whatever you can afford, because I want it to be accessible. I want people to be able to attend. And apparently my computer won't load anything. So that's really good timing. Good timing. I can't run much else while I'm streaming, I find. So I'll link it in the description if you... I can make this work. I know I can. If anyone's still here. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, this is not gonna load. So it's patreon.com/Mizz A Moves. I was gonna get the little link so you could click it, but yeah, it's linked on my Instagram. It's linked on my Facebook page. It's linked everywhere, but apparently I can't link it here because nothing will load. Good job, computer. All right, I think that's all I have to... Oh, it's in the description of this video? Wow, okay. Apparently 3 weeks ago me thought a lot more ahead than tonight me. But thank you all for coming. I've got to log off now because I've got to teach another class in 15 minutes. But thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you on here again in a couple weeks. Bye.